Alright, I've got the beginning of where that hole is going to come back into. Let me zoom out a little bit. Alright, there we go. Now what I'll do is get around the side and work that hole from the top down at an angle to meet up with that one. I've got these two roots. That figures. I've got these two roots running like this, right in between where I'm trying to dig, so that just figures. To be honest with you, this wet stuff, it's kind of actually making it tough to dig through, because it wants to stick and pack in together. Air going in one side, coming out the other. Now what I would also do, because this ground is so wet on the bottom here, is I would take some, if I could find some really small rocks, again if you're by a river or something like that, I would take them and put them down at the bottom. Because what that would do is elevate the small rocks, almost like pebbles, would allow air to circulate in the bottom, but it would keep all the tinder and stuff off of this wet ground. And it is wet. It's really wet, actually. All right, I've got my entrance on this side, probably about to the midway point, and I've got this hole, probably a little bit more. Now what I'm going to do is take the, there's some roots and stuff in there. I'm going to take the K-bar heavy Bowie and go ahead and maybe just start breaking the stuff up a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I'm just about all the way through. There you go, now you can probably see it. Trust me, this stuff's gonna get wet and mashed and bumped and bruised and gnarly. But if you've got a good one, it's gonna work. And in a survival situation, that's what you're looking for. So there you go. Now that you've punched it through, clean it all out a little bit. And there you go. You've got your tunnel. Got your tunnel all the way through. Yep. Got your tunnel all the way through now. Now you can go ahead and, like I said, if you want to start your fire above ground and go ahead and drop it in there, you can certainly do that. And if you wanted to go ahead and start it right in the hole, then you can do that as well. All right, so one thing that I really like about this is in a windy condition, you can start and keep a fire much easier. And I'm talking about a really windy condition, not just a breeze. I mean a really windy condition. You can go ahead and start your fire right down on the bottom of there, and it's going to be protected a little bit from the wind. If you can tell where the wind's coming from, and I don't mean necessarily north, south, east, and west, but if you can position your entrance hole in the path of that oncoming wind, then what that's going to do is it's going to act to feed your fire a lot better, because that air is almost forcing its way down to the bottom of that hole, and it's just, you know, more fuel for your fire. So if you can position it that way, that's a good way to do it. If not, you know, not a huge deal, because you are going to be able to create that vacuum with your fire, the heat rising and then pulling in the air from this side. So that's the my version anyway, the Dakota fire hole. You can tailor it to suit your needs and your climate. But there you go. That's it. Franchise Kid. Thanks for coming along, guys.